In this video, I will explain how to use this and run. Initially, we have to start with the API. Then, once it has been loaded, we can just move to the API server UI. Here, we should select what are the required MRI images to be passed. And I'll be using, I have few data sets for this. I'll be inserting this OSS. Yeah, this T0 and T1 will be passed here. I cannot say the age and of this person because I'm just randomly using here, and due to the data using policy about this, I just passed random numbers and random year over here. Once can using yeah, execute. Here we can see the output and JSON will be loaded here. So what is happening in the back end, we can view it here. It takes approximately around 10 to 15 minutes to complete this progress. It depends on the resource and the PC what we are using. Yes, now it's been started. You can see the sessions where it has been started and module related sub-modules has been created, and once the skull import is being created, it will be stored here. These images can be used for the reference on step-by-step progress, what is going to happen and what we are going to see at last. This is the backend pipeline where it has been connected with module 1 or module 2. This is the core of this project to sync module 1, 2, and it has been sub-progressed where I have been used only ants in here. I have not used the DL transform. Why? Because I have no weights for it to train, and the resource is quite complex to do. And once already we have the DL architecture in Git, so if you want, you can use that and make it a hybrid tech here. And the path will be stored over here. As we can see, the QC reports is completed, so we can expect this the dice score and these things can be changed by the researchers or the scientists what they require so far. So once it has been done, it will be slowly progress. Here I have been just use the normal values from the Google as I researched on that and I just grabbed those things. You can see that the simple QS has been passed now. So once these are all passed, we can see the affine combined of the follow-up MRI, and then the ANSYN will be started. You can see the metrics and the final verdict warnings. Why? Because here in the skull strip, I just cropped the brain part alone for the fast computation, and this can be overcome in the ANSYN registration time. Also, the NCC structure will be high over the time. Why? Because here we are using two different shapes and using calculating the metrics over this time, and the threshold is so high I kept for the different shapes, so it will be throwing out a warning signal here. Otherwise, it is quite correct what we are doing so far. Once it is done, we can see the images processed through the registration, and the overlay image will be generated after this progress. Let's wait for the two other steps. So now we can see the module 1 is completed and the module 2 has been started here. The quantization engine is the first thing, so it's been running. Before that, we'll see the reports over here, and we can see the Jacobian overlay image here on the brain, what has been registered. So we will use this in the module 2 at the stage 3. Before that, it will be starting to generate the context on this. So here we can see the model is locally stored, not drawn from the internet. And now the streamer will be starting on after the model has been loaded. This will start to complete in stage 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fourth stage is the final stage where we will be getting the narrative summary of the complete JSON. So once all the stages have been completed and the thing is pasted, here we can see the final verdict on the JSON what is being generated now, and this is the final resource which will be passed to the dashboard. I have not integrated each and everything through the AI. This is in a fast API, so you can just integrate with your own website or application through this API call, and then you can upload the MRI images over there itself, and you can get this JSON file. And I'll just show how can you visualize this JSON file. Here I created an Next.js where I need to pass this session. Why? Because then only I will be able to fetch the local files, because I'm using localhost through the fast API. Once it is done, I can just use this to fetch the images which has been progressed and registered now through the Jacobian and the wrapped surface on the MRI images we passed. So I'm just passing the current latest JSON file which has been generated from the MedGemma. Here we are not using to create a narrative, a story on this. Here we are bringing the original progression on what has been happening. So you can see the image here. This is an internal editor where I've been explained already in the part. You can see the hippocampus and the cortex has been changed now. Here everything is in green, so there is no progress in this person, so it's just a normal human while using the drugs also. So handling them for the future concerns on the drug progressing is needs a lot of expenses on them, so we can just pass with some other candidates also through get who is being a fast progressor over here. We can see very less people using being fast progress on the drugs. So here the overlay will be so bigger, so because I not been shrink the image, so it needs to be having a perfect UI designing over this time, so then we can just overlay in the live.